Vice President Jokeri India Jagdeep Dhankhar negasngi ulabu ya ki mawnongrim na kabanta ka Meghalaya Skill and Innovation Hub hag jingedon lang jong ulat kejela CH Vijaya Shankar rangkat menteri rangba kejela Conrad ke sangma lembat kiwede ki menteri hagni kaju kasngi Vice President ula plepaj ba alo ya ka CM Business Catalyst Students B Plan Challenge kaba ka IIM Shillong kilaya soya ka soskolar jo ka jingas ngutu jingmut hapadeng ka UNDP bat ka sorkar jela na ka bentaban ban penkiu yakilat ban sengkam sengjam habakran hakani kasngi nagalyang Vice President ula Ïaroh yo menteri rangba ka jela Conrad ki sangma halor ki sinjam ban wanra ay ka jingkala bat ban kyntiew ya ki yo ka kot khamtam ya ka sap traikam ka jong u ban penkala ya ka jela Meghalaya Shushu lai thuru ba yakani ka Meghalaya Skill Innovation Hub and sedang bantai ha ka jaka ka bahe kamba riu point san pusau ekar ha New Shillong ha ka jinglot ka ba nyop point san klor tengkah
Thank you, sir, for doing us the honors.
Below 19, age of 19. 74% of the population under 35 years of age. The state has immense potential to contribute to the human resources requirement of the nation. It gives me a profound sense of honor today to address the gathering in the presence of Honorable Vice President of India. The occasion will leave and permanent mark in the history of the state, and we are truly blessed to have you here, sir. With the laying foundation stone for the setting up Meghalaya Skills and Innovation Hub, the state will be able to create an institution which will help in generating the much needed employment opportunities and industry ready workforce for the state. The institution will further the implementation of the Prime program, the objective of which is for promoting entrepreneurship and supporting local business in the state. The Meghalaya Skills and Innovation Hub will be constructed on 6.54 acres of land at New Shillong Township. Visionary Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Sir, few of the things, one or two more issues I have to bring it to your notice. In case of Meghalaya, sir, it is hub of tourism. It is not only hub of tourism, it is hub of Ayurveda. And in case of, I am from Karnataka, as you know, in our area also we used to grow turmeric. But whereas in case of our area, the glucose ratio is only 3.7. But whereas in case of Meghalaya, it is 8.7. It is highest in the country, I tell you. In our area also, we used to grow pepper, but only black pepper we used to grow there. But here, I think probably this is only area we are able to find white pepper. We are going to get white pepper here also. So in case of tourism, in case of Ayurveda, many more opportunities are there. In that way also, seriously we have to think about it. On behalf of the people of Meghalaya, I once again welcome you on the maiden visit to the state and wish you a pleasant, enjoyable stay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for all the way coming to Meghalaya, and really it's a remarkable day for us.
And that I have done with some other states in the Northeast to invite their legislators to be my guests. And I'm sure here also, the Honorable Chief Minister, Leader of the House, and keeping in mind that his father was a very illustrious Speaker of Lok Sabha, he himself has been in that theatre. So has been the Honorable Governor. A visit by legislators to Indian Parliament will make all the difference. It will add value to their work pattern. The subject of skilling is indeed of contemporaneous relevance. And in that context, it was my delightful moment to be associated with two significant programs and presence for the third one. Laying foundation stone for Meghalaya Skill and Innovation Hub is not a small step. It will bring about big change. And I'm sure it will come into being functionally quite soon. Unfolding of the infrastructure reveals that its size is going to be gigantic, will attract attention beyond the state. But human resource involvement would also give cutting edge. I would particularly request the Honorable Minister for Skilling, Government of India, Shri Jain Chaudhary, to have deliberations with the Honorable Chief Minister and the team. He is a dynamic minister with independent charge and has already revealed his mind by way of two very important articles. So the kind of passion I saw in the Chief Minister, the mission mode which he reflected, the execution for which is known, I am sure this is going to be a real boon to the youth, because these are the times where skilling is no longer a quality, it is our need, it is our daily need. It was equally delightful to launch CM Business Catalyst, a Student B-Plan Challenge. That was amazing. I was a student of physics, not of chemistry. But I learned over the years that catalyst is something very important. You have to catalyze the change, you have to bring about the change you believe in. Someone has to take that step. And that step was taken by visionary Prime Minister Narendra Modi 10 years back. So no one is more informed than I am about the situation of the country in 1989 when I was a member of Parliament and a minister. How shaky we were on economy, how fragile was our foreign exchange balance, and what was the mood of the nation. Prime Minister thoughtfully, by visionary steps, has uplifted mood of the nation to one of hope and possibility. An ecosystem is in place now, where every young boy and girl can look for a larger basket of opportunities, much beyond just getting into government service. And I am therefore particularly enamored that innovation, which is our obvious forte, and skilling, for which we have to be global source center. Now the program has taken a structured method. But even without it, our health workers have contributed so massively outside the country, particularly our girls. We have earned laurels for the entire country. When I went to the Middle East, and when I got accolades, that what has come in several countries of Middle East, that infrastructure, they stand out in the world for that. The underlying bedrock of human resource is Indian genius, enormously talented. Her address was very impressive, insightful, and indicates a sharp grip on the jobs she is assigned to. My congratulations to you. We have amongst us two honorable ministers, Sri Ïaroh, Minister for Animal Husbandry and Veterinary, and Sri Samla, Minister for Education. Your presence means a lot, sir. Sri D.P. Vallam, Chief Secretary, Government of Meghalaya. He laid the foundation by prefacing it very well. And when a bureaucrat does it, it is a message for one and all. We have also the presence of Professor D.P. Goyal, Director, II, Shillong. I must in particular express my deep sense of satisfaction and elation. It was a delightful moment for the entire country when we had Madam Draupadi Murmu as our president, the first tribal woman to occupy such high office. I must share my joy that we have amongst us a bureaucrat, Ida Naam, the first woman DGP of Meghalaya, and the first tribal lady from Meghalaya to be DGP. These twin credentials define changing profile of India's growth trajectory. As Chairman Rajya Sabha, I was in the chair when reservation was made for 1/3 women to be in Lok Sabha and state legislatures. Distinguished bureaucrats, and most importantly, boys and girls. At the outset, let me extend an invitation to two categories. I will request the Honorable Chief Minister that in batches, I would invite students to be my guests at Indian Parliament, new building of Parliament. This is an ongoing exercise, and I get energized, enthused, motivated, inspired when I interact with them in Rajya Sabha Secretariat. I can assure you, you will have a lifetime experience to see the new building of Parliament. In the face of COVID, the building came into being in less than 30 months with all infrastructure, depicting our civilization at a depth of 5,000 years. And I am sure the batches will start coming from November. I would depute an officer to coordinate with the Office of Chief Secretary to make things smooth. At a cutting edge, he frog leaped into larger space by indicating look east, act east. And that act east has resulted in communication getting exponential, connectivity being there, interaction taking place, airports number being doubled, and most of it is in pipeline also. It's a great place but challenging in several ways also when it comes to infrastructure development. But then one thing is for sure, Northeast is on the radar of the nation's development. Northeast is a significant contributor to India's unity, economic progress, cultural assets. And it is because of this policy of the present government that when I attended ASEAN for the first time as Vice President, there was a keen interest in several countries of that region. I was rectifying. When I talked about the impact we are having, I can tell you, things are right in right frame, in right mood. But some of us, out of ignorance, out of being ill-informed, do not appreciate what a nation is. A nation is not divisible as to who has how many roads, how many dams, how many airports. We are one whole. This is our identity. It's an identity that has survived in spite of the nation having been assaulted from outside on a number of occasions in last several hundred years. Therefore, boys and girls, the mantle is on you. The onus is on you. Be informed. Thanks to technological advancement, thanks to disruptive technologies, everyone now has a right of expression. An expression which earlier was captive of newspapers, TV channels, expression otherwise could not find way in public domain. Suddenly we find we can ourselves be epicenter of expression. But can we afford to be loose cannons, ignoring our basic commitment to our nation? Can we allow on public platforms free flow of information that has no factual foundation? Let me come to the state of the nation today. The entire world is in admiration of Bharat. Its economy, its prosperity, its innovation, its human resource, its creativity. They can't believe that a nation of 1.4 billion people has internet connectivity virtually in every village, electricity in every house. The day is not far when every house will have tap water. These are big things. But these big ticket accomplishments are a ground reality also. And therefore, boys and girls, you are much luckier than us. You are really lucky to be living in a land that is known as Bharat. Which other country can rival in our cultural wealth? No other country. Which country can claim to be repository of knowledge, wisdom as our Bharat? Now, when we think of it, we have to get it closer to the requirement. villages and semi-urban towns must be hub of skill centers of a kind. You can have them graded. For some, you need a high level of urbanization because of human resource requirement. But this will be a great game changer. And this is still for the state of Meghalaya can bring about wonders, incremental growth into a trajectory, a big economic upsurge related to tourism, for instance. Nature has bountifully gifted it. So soothing. This hall is air conditioned by nature. Just imagine. Elsewhere we have tough time. So tourism by itself is sustaining the economy of several countries. You have to exploit it fully by having very talented, skilled people in the shape of human resource. Every tourist carries memorable moments of professionalism, excellence, because rest of things nature has given you. The engine of your economy can be driven singularly and on all cylinders by tourism. I was happy to note when I was interacting with the Honorable Chief Minister that he has a plan. The plan is in execution. But these days, while I advise every young boy and girl to be patient, I want 15% category to which the Chief Minister belongs to be impatient. To be functional 24/7. Because if we shape their future, if we shape their career, if we keep them away from stress and tension, if we keep them away from fear of failure, we will be contributing hugely to the growth of the nation. And therefore, this has to be done. Skilling by itself is capacity building. I have seen for myself. We don't take the first step. We fear it. We fear it thinking it is difficult. Let me tell you, there is no step which our youth cannot take. All are equal. You must be guided by your attitude and aptitude. But therein, if you get an idea in your mind, please don't make your mind as a parking place. Your mind is meant to be a crucible of innovation. Try it. Don't fear failure. Because failures are just not there. There are people who will always say, glass is half empty. Don't listen to them. Listen to those who say glass is half full. Chandrayaan 2, I witnessed the governor state of West Bengal. After midnight around 2 a.m., Chandrayaan 2 was very close to the lunar surface, but did not reach. Some took it as failure. Chandrayaan 3 has demonstrated the success of Chandrayaan 3, giving Bharat the status of being the only country in the world to have landed its spacecraft at that part of moon. It was majorly because of Chandrayaan 2. When Prime Minister Modi could get the entire world on the same page, with United Nations declaring in the shortest time with largest support of nations, international yoga day, the Prime Minister made a statement that we will have yoga instructors in every part of the globe. Yoga has become science. Yoga has become industry. Yoga has been associated with fitness. And yoga has been associated with our civilizational depth. Because the greatest knowledge platform for health, Honorable Minister is aware of it. Our Vedas, Atharvaveda, you'll find it. So boys and girls, this day indeed is a unique day. And this makes my maiden visit to the state of Meghalaya very, very special. It shall ever be etched in my memory. Honorable Chief Minister has been very kind. He has already extended invitation for a second visit. I remember when, as the President of the Bar, I invited one of the persons. Are you free for dinner today? I am President of the Bar. And the great lawyer is no more. Ram Jethlani, he said, think for a second time, Mr. Dhankhar. I was young lad, you were 1,000 times. I had the good fortune to be a member of parliament alongside him. He said, I am in the habit of accepting good invitations for dinner. You can think again. I said, please go. I'm sure you must have thought of it. I'll make it. Hopefully I'll make it this year. Boys and girls. But they say in the United States, there is nothing like free lunch. So I accept the invitation with two caveats. I will entertain at least one group of students, boys and girls, and one group of legislators before I visit the state of Meghalaya. And this should happen in 2024. Skill development has to be understood. It is not something we are discovering or innovating. We would need a plumber, we would need an electrician, we would need a driver, we will need a carpenter, we will need someone who can deal with our computer. We will need them. They are already there. Skill means it gets the best out of you. Skill is optimal exploitation of the talent of a person in that specified field. And that gives the human resource a qualitative cutting edge. Focus on this aspect by the Prime Minister has been labored on, has consistently reflected on this. And a big change has come. One, there is a dedicated ministry. Two, there is an allocation of 60,000 crores over a period of 5 years, where 5 lakh youth will be given such kind of inclusion. Vijay Shankarji, a man of great experience, exposure, and proficiency in administration. His presence would mean a lot to the state of Meghalaya. Sri Conrad K. Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, looks younger, but still feels he is in the 15% category. He wants to be in the 85% category. I have to look at my category. You are lucky. But let me assure you all, and the Honorable Governor pointed out, that demographic composition of the state is very soothing also and is a perfect recipe for success. The teenage youth, the mid-level youth, the mature youth, yeah, and the 15% category. 15% category is also good cholesterol required. Chief Minister, with passion, laid out fully the problems. I was very attentive. I am mightily impressed. These will have far-reaching consequences for the better. They will generate an ecosystem where everyone will have an opportunity to exploit talent and potential, realize their dreams and aspirations. It's a remarkable achievement that will be game changer. What I show here, and much of it already in progress, I can visualize the days of this state are for the better and role model for other similar states. My congratulations to you and your team for being very thoughtful, futuristic, and taking into consideration our contemporaneous needs and requirements. Congratulations.